Okay, and finally we have the Phantom collection, my favorite character of all time. The Phantom is the oldest superhero ever to be conceived, and in my opinion, he's also the coolest. I might just take you through the covers. Phantom covers haven't always been mind-blowing. This one is, for example. That's some quality Phantom cover you would not normally see. I mean, traditionally, in the older ones, you'd get something like this with the blue background and some character sketches on the front. Modern day Phantom obviously is trying to appeal to the masses, so they do have some nice polished artwork like that. This on the front cover, some of them with a bit of realism there. Phantom, he's looking a bit strange. I'm never too blown away with the front covers of the Phantom comics, but it is what it is. It doesn't have to be hyper realistic. It can be cartoony and still work for the Phantom. See, that's nice. Some jungle backdrop. I like it when they use the elements of the actual Phantom and the lore behind the Phantom, like some jungle and some tribesmen, and that's a nice one. You get a lot of variety with these covers too. Like you can see how they've colored this one in. It's nice. It's nice to like get a step back and get something different. During the time that I was collecting these runs, the editor was very open to exploring stories from overseas that we Australians hadn't got before. So this collection is very much full of Italian and Swedish and Turkish, maybe Turkish versions of the Phantom translated into English. This is, I can't remember the name of the artist for the Rex special, but he does quite a lot of work for Fru. And in my opinion, he captures that. This is like the perfect looking, classic looking Phantom in my eyes for some reason. And whenever he draws him, he looks dead on, and like brought to the modern times as well. There's a special where they've tried to make him look like Billy Zane. It's based on the Sky Band, which the Phantom movie was based on. And here we have the 70th anniversary, so that means the Phantom is 70 years old. Makes him a pretty old superhero by today's standards. This guy makes the Phantom look so dark and sinister, so terrifying. You wouldn't want to come up to the Phantom in a dark alley and see this. Oh, that's pretty cool. This issue, Guran's Secret, is probably one of my favorite issues of all time. It's simply drawn. The story flows, and it's got some pretty dramatic moments in it, which I just loved. This is a beautiful little story. The cruel hunt. It's very touching. And Phantom is very protective of his wildlife. Got some old specials from back in 2008. I just love any special that the Phantom does. I'm all over it. I love reading vintage stories from the 40s and 50s, 60s, 70s. I quite like the 70s era Phantom in particular, the way they drew him. This has a few classics in it. Yellow Death, Swamp Devil. A few good classics. Another shout out to Dan again for sourcing me these awesome vintage comics. Don't know where he gets them, but it's awesome. Haven't given him a chance to read yet. And then we have some of the annuals, which is part of my collecting tradition. Head down to the newsagents and pick up a Phantom annual. That's a 2010 there. A couple of the glossy page trade paperbacks that they released, which are quite good. And a couple of trades there. Wedding Special. I enjoyed that one immensely. Phantom Goes West. That's great. Girl Phantom. That had a good collection of stories when Kit's sister had to take over the reins. And we've got this year's special, which I'm still getting through. And so that wraps it up for my comic collection. I'll make another one of these in probably 10 years' time. Goodbye.